Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, cannot wait till it's Monday on the Tuesday show with Ted and CJ. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, cannot wait till it's Monday on the Tuesday show with Ted and CJ. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, cannot wait till it's Monday on the Tuesday show with Ted and CJ. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, cannot wait till it's Monday on the Tuesday show with Ted and CJ.
We're in the room.
And we're in.
Except we're not actually in the room. This is yet another example of where technology is our friend and yours, because we are coming to you into your ears and through your eye sockets to say, hi, it's Friday. But this was recorded sometime before Friday.
No, it's live. Just, yeah.
Oh, it's being channeled towards you live, in a live sort of a way.
Kind of, sort of, ish.
Kind of, sort of. Well, you know, I don't know. But we are probably in the chat.
Yes, I'll
egging
definitely
ourselves
be in the chat.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely be in the chat. That's for sure. Because it's your turn to not be here right now, even though you're here right now.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's right. Last time you weren't here.
It was me last time.
But here in spirit. And this time I'm not here.
Yeah. I for definite will be in the chat for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I don't have a life. So.
No.
I'll probably be half asleep. So this week I will have done a lot of travelling. So I'm going to be quite tired.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have to take a nap before the show.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I can be here, live in the chat for you and the audience.
So yes, I said not that long ago, a few moments ago, I said, "Hey CJ, I'm not going to be here next week, so we need to record something."
Yeah.
For the Friday night, not so live, Tuesday show.
Yeah.
But then we hit record, and we didn't actually say what we might even talk about.
No, I just said press record. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
What's the worst that'll happen?
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, I thought since then, actually, it might be a nice opportunity to first of all ask the question, because we're at, I don't know, number 15 or 16 or whatever it is, of live streaming.
Live stream 16 went out last week.
Yeah. Yes, it did.
As in when this goes out live.
Yes,
it would have been last week.
It would have been last week, yeah.
Yeah, I hope everyone's keeping up with us.
Yes. So, yeah, I thought, well, now's a good time to say, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going great.
It's going okay, isn't it?
Yeah, Friday the 4th of October.
Mm-hmm.
I have done considerable amounts of travelling around Scotland.
Yes.
But I am back home now.
Excellent.
Back home for the Friday, and I'll probably end up just, being super lazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was not super lazy today because I had been travelling around Scotland. I'm losing myself on this one.
That's all right. When I said how's it going, I didn't mean let's rehash the conversation that we had about 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
When we first got together. What I mean is, how's it going with our live streaming?
It's going great. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. That's something we could talk about.
Yeah, everything's great.
Yeah.
The live stream is great.
Yeah.
You're great. I'm great. The audience.
The audience are great. The chat is great. The chat, actually, we need more in the chat. If you've got something to say, you're in the chat and you're a lurker, and you just sat there thinking, What are these two going on about? Get in the chat, because you know what? If you get in the chat, we'll listen to you. Well, we won't listen to you. We'll read you.
So not this week we won't, but we'll read
No,
you.
but
Yeah.
well, we will, because we'll also be in the chat.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a live stream, get in the chat, talk to us, and we will respond.
Yeah, we do actually talk to the chat.
We do indeed. And in actual fact, it could well be the chat that really defines how the live stream goes.
It really could.
Yeah.
Really could.
Yeah.
But if you're in the chat right now, just stop in, say hi. We'll do the same.
Yeah.
We'll stop in and say hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And give us some suggestions. What are we going to talk about next? What's the next topic? What's the next big question for the masterminds that are CJ and Ted?
Masterminds.
Yeah. It's like the brains trust, isn't it? We're given the big topics, and we sort of hash it out. Usually talk about hash browns, because every subject leads towards breakfast.
Okay, I won't take the subject there then.
No, go for it. Are you going to talk about sausages?
No, I was going to talk about hash browns. Actually, I've been thinking. I've been trying. Okay. But in my head, I've been like, "Don't talk about sausages. Don't talk about sausages."
Did you see? No. I'll let you go first. Hash browns.
I heard yesterday that McDonald's are now doing a hash brown share box. Like a mini hash brown share box. I mean, I think I saw a picture and went, "Well, that's just breakfast for me."
Yeah.
But yeah, now they're doing like they do with their nuggets and their other stuff. What else? I don't know. It's been ages since I've been to McDonald's.
I think pretty much anything's available in the share box now, as long as it's if it's small and covered in breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Then,
I heard
you get a share box.
Yeah, I heard about the hash brown share box, and my ears pricked up a little bit because, to be honest, out of everything that McDonald's sells, they're probably the best thing. But at £1.59 each, I'm not buying them.
You
know, just a normal hash brown is like £1.59. You go shove it up your ass. You know,
seems like a waste for £1.59. But yeah.
I'd rather take that £1.59, go to my local co-op, and buy a bag of frozen hash browns and cook them myself.
Yeah, that would make more sense. Not quite as practical if you're just in the car and you're out and about.
No, I mean, I've got an air fryer now, so I could get one of those power inverters and plug it in and use the air fryer while I'm driving.
I wonder if anybody's done that. A car air fryer.
Well, I don't imagine there's a car air fryer, but I imagine someone has plugged in an air fryer into the outlet in their car because people are stupid.
Yeah.
Or genius.
Or genius, in fact. Yeah.
Take your pick. Which side of the fence do you sit on, audience? How are you putting an air fryer in your car? Genius or stupid?
Well, people have fridges in the car, or they can do.
Yeah.
In fact, you run power to the boot, even if, sometimes you get power in the boot, don't you? Have the little sockets and whatnot. You can run an air fryer, a fridge, iron, toaster.
Yeah. Oh, you can put a kettle in there. You can make your tea.
Oh, of course you could.
Yeah, people do that all the time.
Yeah. It brings up. So, think about what you could do in terms of picnics. You know, you go away for you go off to a traction engine rally or, Village Fete or something like that.
Yeah.
Sit in the car park, get the old air fryer out. You could do, it's almost limitless, isn't it?
It really is.
I think it's very, it has been for a while now, quite trendy using an air fryer. But everybody's into how much you can possibly do with an air fryer. This is what happened years ago. I remember when the microwaves started becoming popular and people actually had them. I remember us getting first microwave. And then you get a microwave cookbook. It's like, look, you can do this. What? A potato? A sausage? And, it's just, how could you possibly think of doing that? I think originally the idea is, you get something, you've already cooked it, you heat it up in there.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, this whole array of delights you can actually cook from scratch using a microwave.
Or you could be super lazy and buy a ready meal from your local shop,
You could, yeah.
and you just throw that in the microwave, and there you go. You've got yourself a nutritious meal.
Yeah. But now history is repeating itself. We've now got the air fryer, and we've now got people talking about all the various options. Another thing that was quite popular recently, I think because nobody's got any money and everything's so expensive, is what you can do with a slow cooker.
Yeah. My parents have a slow cooker, and they used to slow. I've probably told this story before on the show. Yeah, they used to have a slow cooker, or they probably still got it. But we'd go through phases of my stepdad would just cook everything in the slow cooker. You know, and some of it was really nice. You know, he'd do like a pork shoulder, or you know, some roast beef or something like that. Cook it, and it came out amazing. But then occasionally he'd do like a casserole, or you know, like a what's the other one that's not a casserole? Stew.
Stew. Right.
Yeah, he'd do a casserole or a stew. I still don't know what the difference is, but it doesn't matter. We don't need to get into that.
Yeah.
But we'd be eating it for 3 days because he'd make so much of it that we'd be eating it for 3 days. And I now hate casserole. I hate the idea of stew and casserole. And you know, the best part about it, dumplings. But he'd always make like one dumpling per person, but then wouldn't repeat that for days 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So
it's just, yeah.
I'm just like, there's no point. What's the point in life? If this is what real life is, I'm not interested. Stop the planet and let me get off.
Yeah. Dumplings are incredibly important.
So they're the best part.
Dumplings are the best part. Yeah. So, another thing you can do in a slow cooker is a curry. There's a very good place to do a curry as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, if you're slow cooking something, you know, and if it's meat, then you don't really need to have the absolute best cut of meat, because it just sits there going slowly, and it just all sort of falls apart, and it's great.
I would say the fat just kind of melts off of it, which is nice. Yeah, I don't have a slow cooker, and I do have an air fryer now, and I've long been an anti-air fryer person because you just described it there exactly how I would describe it, and that is they are the 21st century equivalent of the microwave. You know, everyone's gone bananas over air fryers, and I've just been so not against having one. I just don't see the point. It's like I've still got to use energy to use this thing, so I might as well just put it in the oven. You know, put my food in the oven. That is not the air fryer. But no, a friend of mine recently replaced theirs, or they got one given to them by a friend who was moving away somewhere, and they were like, "Oh, do you want one?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Asked him how much he wanted for it. He said, "No, free of charge." I'm like, "Well, I've got to say yes now, don't I?"
Yeah.
You know, I shouldn't turn down free stuff. But it's been currently the basket and stuff is currently in the dishwasher because it did need a little bit of a clean. I'm not complaining about that. They were like, "Oh, we haven't cleaned it." I'm like, "Dude, you're giving it to me free of charge. I don't care. Yeah, I will clean it. It's fine." So the main thing is now sat on the side. I've had to rearrange my kitchen just to accommodate this stupid not slow cooker, air fryer.
Yeah.
And the basket and stuff is now in the dishwasher waiting to be washed, which will go on tomorrow morning. So, and then I might test it over the weekend. See what it's like.
I think, it is something where you do go through phases. So whether it's using the slow cooker and then you forget about that for a while and use the microwave, or the air fryer, because the thing is, these are items that actually do require a certain amount of space. And then when you got an air fryer and you've not used it for a couple of days, then what it is a shelf. And
Clutter is what it is.
Same in the microwave. So many things can go in front of a microwave.
Yeah.
To the point where you go, there's too many things in front of that microwave. I'm going to put this in the oven instead.
Yeah.
Or, we could do that in the slow cooker. But the slow cooker is up there on that shelf.
Yeah, I've got to get it down and plug it in.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got to wipe it off because it's covered in dust because I haven't used it for months.
Absolutely. Yeah, you want to give it a bit of a rinse beforehand. And that's enough to put you off from using it.
I used to have a toasty maker. I used to have a toasted sandwich maker.
That was another great example.
Exactly. Another great example of something that I would use periodically and then just put it in the cupboard and forget that it's even there because it's not out on the side. I just forget that it even exists. And then I've stopped buying bread, but that's a whole other thing. But yeah, I remember when I moved out of my flat, I still had the toasty maker, and I was just like, well, I haven't used this thing for like 2 years. In the bin it goes.
Is it a classic one, or is it one of those ones just the flat thing, so you can do whatever you like in there?
Oh, it's a classic toasted sandwich maker where it's all shaped, so you put your filling in, close it, and it ends up in like 2 little pockets of whatever filling you've put in the sandwich.
Because I know you like your wraps, don't you?
I do like wraps, yeah.
Well, there you go. That's a good place for one of the flat ones. So you just press the two sides together. You can pretty much get anything in there,
like a panini press type thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is. So right, okay. So people have disagreed with me when I've said the air fryer is the modern equivalent of the microwave. All right? And I kind of get it, but it's a fad thing. But no, I've just figured it out. For those people who disagree that the air fryer is the modern equivalent of microwave, the air fryer is now the modern equivalent of the George Foreman.
Oh yes.
The nice, his lean, mean, fat-reducing grilling machine.
Yep,
that's the one. So you'd put your stuff on the thing, and all the fat would drip out, and great. Well, that's basically what an air fryer is for now, isn't it? You cook it without oil or whatever, and all the fat and bad stuff drips out, and
that was
with healthier food.
Yeah, that was an early 2000s thing, wasn't it? Yeah. George Foreman grills.
Yeah, the old George Foreman. So you talking about a panini press made me think of George Foreman. Yeah, because you could use the George Foreman as a panini press.
I see. Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
They were good. Or if you were really fancy, you had a George Foreman that also had a bun heater on the top. So if you were making burgers, you'd put your burger buns in a little compartment on the top, and it would warm them up for you.
Oh, warm buns! You can't beat them.
Love warm buns.
But yeah, that's interesting. You point that out, because that was all the rage, wasn't it?
It was,
George Foreman out, and
I remember going on Duke of Edinburgh's Award expeditions when we were in the organisation, and someone brought a George Foreman with them.
Really?
Yeah, there's people on campsites with George Foremans, and you're like, that's not camping.
Did they bring a power source with them as well?
I think these are the kind of people that have a generator in their caravan type, campers, those type. But people cooking stuff on a George Foreman, I'm just like, whatever happened to an open fire or a hexi burner, with your mess tin on, and you just chuck everything in the mess tin and hope that it gets warm?
Yeah.
What happened to those days? Yeah, hexi burners powered by chemicals and hope.
Yeah, but so George got your George Foreman grill, you got your toasty maker, of all description. These are all things like the ones that we just talked about, the air fryer and the slow cooker.
Yeah,
they can sit underneath things or in cupboards or stowed away. You forget that they ever existed.
Yep.
And then one day you go, oh, quite fancy got a toasty maker. Oh, and then you can't remember where it is, or it's just a bit too inconvenient to get hold of.
Or you pull it out, and like I say, it's been sat there for so long, and maybe you didn't quite clean it as well as you could have done when you last used it, and it's just gone crusty, and and you're like, this just needs to go in the bin.
Yeah.
It would be faster and more hygienic for me to put this in the bin to go to Tesco and buy another one.
Yep.
If I was that inclined. But yeah. Toasted sandwich makers or toasty makers,
Yeah, go to the supermarket, buy another toasty maker, use it for about a week, have loads of toasties, put it away, forget about it, and then rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Rinse and repeat. Yeah. Well, I've got a big casserole dish in my cupboard. Ooh. So I have I'm one of those. I bought actually, my mum bought me a matching set of saucepans. Not that long ago, actually, probably 8 years ago. 7 or 8 years ago, she bought me that as just a gift. Because I was like, I really wanted a new set of saucepans. The ones that I had were crap. All the non-stick had peeled off of them and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So she bought me these nice ceramic saucepans that I spotted, and they're actually really good. And then I added to it by buying the same product, but casserole dish version. I haven't used it. It's sat in the cupboard since I moved in here. I literally bought it maybe about a week after I moved in here, into this house, and I've been here nearly a year now, and I haven't used it. It's just been sat in the cupboard.
Well, this is because of your childhood trauma about having casseroles.
It must be, yeah.
This is what you need to do. You need to get over that. You need to make a casserole or a stew, and just make as many dumplings as you possibly can that you would possibly ever need, so that when you come back to it, or you have seconds, there's plenty of dumplings, and not one per person.
No, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
it's a great idea. I've just never tried making dumplings. I just know that I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
our American friends, I mean dumplings that they're like big suet. Was it suet and flour or something? And
I don't know.
Else?
I've never made one. I've eaten them. I've never made one.
Yeah, they're just these big stodgy lumps of stuff that live in a casserole. Not dumplings like you get from a Chinese kind of dumplings. So just wanted to point that out.
Oh yeah, very different.
Yeah, very, very different.
Yeah, it's always a little bit disappointing, isn't it, when you see dumplings on the Chinese menu, even though you know what it is.
Yeah.
You always think, yeah, that's good, but now that's just made me think of proper dumplings.
Yeah, now I want an actual dumpling.
Yeah.
I don't want the casserole to go with it. I just want the dumplings.
Yeah. I get that with Scotch pancakes. You see a Scotch pancake, you think, oh, proper pancakes. They're good.
Yeah.
And it sort of takes the shine off in a way.
I see Scotch pancakes and I think, American pancakes with maple syrup and bacon.
Bacon. If I've got bacon and I think, streaky bacon.
Yep.
So, I think that's life though, isn't it? It's like, 40 grand a year. Oh, 60 grand a year would be better. Yeah. You're always going to think, something's better.
Yeah. Well, the grass is always greener on the other side. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it's true. I only buy streaky bacon now just so I don't get that bacon remorse. I can't be doing with bacon remorse. I love streaky bacon. Yeah, I love streaky bacon. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, bacon. What were we talking about? Dumplings. That was it.
So breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah, breakfast.
Yeah.
So you've not used your casserole dish, and
no.
Yeah, you need to.
I think one of the motivations for buying the casserole dish was I might have friends come around at some point, and I might want to make a load of popcorn. Casserole dish will be perfect for that. Because I cook my own popcorn anyway. I pop my own popcorn.
Right.
But to make enough for me, I use my medium-sized saucepan. And that's enough for me for one portion.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if I've got, 2 people coming around, like, again, our mutual friend, Romanic and his other half, if they come around and we have a bit of a movie night or something, I'll not be able to make popcorn. So I was like, big casserole dish. That'll make enough for the 3 of us. Perfect. I don't have another container to put them in, to put it in when it's finished.
How would that work, though?
How do you mean?
Well, casserole dish, what, on a hob or in the oven?
Yeah, on a hob.
Okay.
This is not a put in the oven kind of casserole dish.
Right, okay.
It has plastic handles and plastic bits on it. You wouldn't want to put it in the oven.
Oh, I see. So it's a on the hob big pot, basically. Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
I guess. Yeah. Is it a casserole dish or has it got another name? I'll have to let me have a look.
Yes.
And I shall tell you. Talk amongst yourselves, folks.
Yeah, we must know.
We must know. Search all orders. Casserole. No results found. Maybe it wasn't a casserole dish that I bought then.
Oh.
No, it says casserole. It's because I spelled casserole wrong. No, it doesn't.
Okay. Yeah.
The Tower T80304 Serrashore 24 centimetre casserole dish with non-stick coating. It's ceramic coated, so
right.
Suitable for all hob types.
Excellent.
Including my electric hob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do popcorn in there.
Yeah, I cook popcorn. Well, I would if I had more people to. Then again, I could just make it all for myself. and just call that dinner. Which wouldn't be unusual for me, especially when I figured out, because I have a little mini single egg frying pan.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a mini one of those as well, yeah. I've got a single egg frying pan. But what I figured out was if I put some butter into the single egg frying pan on the hob, I then get melted butter that I can pour over my popcorn.
Yeah.
Which I haven't done for many, many years. And I forgot how delicious it actually is.
I've got a popcorn maker, but it's a popcorn duck. So it looks like a duck, but it doesn't quack like a duck.
So it quack like a duck, walk like a duck.
And it isn't, in fact, a duck. It's a popcorn maker. But yeah, that's the same thing. It's got a little heat fan thing.
Yeah.
And it makes popcorn, which works really well because it means that only the pop ones pop up enough to go into the bowl that you have waiting for it.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but I might try the melted butter thing.
I remember going to the cinema and ordering salted buttered popcorn, and it would literally be. And this was before they did the crappy thin cardboard or paper bags for your popcorn. This is when they were in the big circular solid cardboard tubs.
Right.
So you'd order your large salted popcorn or sweet if that's what you're into, but I always get salted popcorn. And then they literally get a ladle and just ladle melted butter over the top. Oh, it's so good. I mean, by the time you got down towards the bottom, it was all, congealed and, starting to go cold, and it wasn't as nice, but it was still good.
Yeah.
You just don't get that anymore because it's not healthy for people. The government getting involved in crap that doesn't mean anything to them.
Yeah. I do like popcorn. But again, it's something I'll have if I get. I will have it if I go to the cinema.
Yeah.
And I'll think, oh, that was nice. But I wouldn't think of it having it another time. I like Christmas pudding.
I don't like Christmas pudding, but I know what you mean, though.
I do quite like it, but it wouldn't occur to me for me to have it any other time. Which is stupid because it goes pretty cheap after Christmas.
Was it a bird?
As long as the turkey doesn't go cheap.
Yeah, right. So I've been travelling the last couple of weeks for work, and I ended up down south for a night, and I went to my local Tesco. I needed some water because I can't go to a hotel room without having some bottles of water with me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to drink. You get the kettle and you can fill it up from the tap in the sink, and I don't like that. It just doesn't taste right. So I tend to take bottles of water with me, but I forgot on this one, so I had to nip to the shop to get some bottled water.
Yeah.
Walking around the shop, and they've got mince pies on sale. Mince pies are now for sale. It's at this point where it's nearing the end of September, and mince pies are now available for sale. I'm over the moon. I hate the fact that Christmas things are available in September, but I love mince pies so much. I wish they would be sold all year round. But anyway, they had so I bought some Christmas some mince pies. Got them back to the hotel room. They lasted all of about 10 minutes. But then I was just like, because I looked at the box and it was like the expiry date was like a month later, like the end of October, and I'm like, they know people are just buying this to eat it right now. They know. They're not stupid.
Why? Yeah, I suppose so.
But you would think if it's on sale now, it should last at least until Christmas, right?
It should. I mean, that would be at least some sort of effort towards not spinning Christmas out for as long as they possibly can.
That's all they do now, though, isn't it?
But yeah, the other thing, the gimmick is cost to have a Christmassy
gingerbread latte.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
I know all about the gingerbread drinks at Christmas. Yeah, right. Starbucks do the same as well.
Yeah,
which actually every once in a while is not bad. I quite like it. I quite like the gingerbread drinks from Starbucks or Custard or whatever. Just not all the time. I won't want it all the time. The only one I think, but actually no, I say that. I was just about to say the only one I would drink all the time. But now I've thought about it, I think actually if I did drink it all the time, I would get bored of it. And it's the French vanilla from Tim Hortons. Their French vanilla is so good, but I think it's so good because I don't drink it all the time. There isn't a Tim Hortons near me. My nearest one is, like 20 minutes in that direction.
Yeah.
Not that means much to you or the audience from where I'm sat. It's about 20 minutes that way.
Yeah.
By car, so I've got to go out of my way.
It means
to get
less if the next time you said it, somebody's turned their screen around.
Exactly.
It could be a completely different direction.
Precisely.
Very, very unhelpful, CJ.
I know.
I've got a controversial. Well, first of all, let's forget the controversial take that I don't like coffee. But the one that I was going to say was I don't particularly like mince pies.
That's okay. I don't like Christmas pudding.
Yeah, I will eat if it's a homemade Christmas pie, homemade mince pie, and it's got like a proper sort of lid to it. You take the lid if it's hot. Take the lid off. Put some brandy butter in. Slap the lid back on.
Mm-hmm.
That can be a tasty treat.
Yeah.
But when people start pulling out supermarket mince pies and say, "Do you want a mince pie?" No, why would I want that? If they were any good, they'd be on sale all year round.
Here's where the microwave comes in handy. So whenever I go to my parents and they have mince pies, my stepdad will warm one up for. I say one. He'll warm two of them up for me in the microwave. put them in a bowl and then serve them to me.
Imagine your poor little face
cream.
if somebody goes up and brings you one mince pie.
I'd literally just be like, I'm more hungry than this. It's like when.
I can imagine you walking into the kitchen and saying, "I'm more hungry than this."
I do that in my own kitchen sometimes. Yeah. I'll open the fridge and just be like, "No, I'm more hungry than that." But it's like when you do wine tasting and things like that. And they pour the tiniest bit of wine just for you to taste it and accept it or whatever. And literally, if somebody did that to me, I'd be like, I'm more thirsty than that. Keep going.
No, do you know what I think? Every time I see a mince pie, I think that could have been an apple pie.
Could have been.
Could have been an apple pie, and that would have been better. And I'd be eating that already by now.
I like apple pies. I like blackcurrant pies. There was one that when I worked at Morrison's all those many, many, many years ago, I'm sure we did like a blackcurrant and cherry pie. Really nice. So good. Apple crumble is what I prefer, actually. Or do I? I don't know. So here's the thing: I flip flop. I literally jump the fence every day of the week. It depends what colour socks I'm wearing. Depends whether I prefer apple pie or apple crumble.
Well, maybe that means that you're not quite prepared for my next question. And I've been trying this question out with people. So let's see how you go with it.
Okay.
What if you could only, and you've got to think about all the connotations of this before you give an answer.
Yep.
If you could only eat one fruit forevermore, what fruit would that be?
Banana.
So let's be clear. This will include any derivatives of that fruit. So if you choose banana, you're never drinking apple juice. You're never drinking orange juice.
That's okay.
You can have a banana milkshake. But that's the only milkshake you'll ever have. The only fruit juice you'll ever have.
It's okay. I can have a banana milkshake. I don't think you get banana fruit juice.
You
I
do.
don't think that's... Really?
You do.
I've never seen it.
No, I have had it once.
Okay.
Yeah, it was literally what you would expect. It was basically watered down.
Terrible.
Squashed. I mean, it wasn't...
It's like watered down banana pulp. Is it like pear juice? Where they just literally mash pears down until it becomes a pulp.
It was basically that. It came in a carton, and I thought, oh, that looks interesting. I'll get some. I did get other drinks as well, so that was fine. But I thought that looks interesting, and I drank some of it. I thought, I'm not sure what I think of it. I sort of like. Well, I like banana things, so I sort of liked it. And then
it wasn't instant regret though. So
no, it wasn't. But I didn't drink all of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that does exist, yeah.
I just find bananas quite versatile.
Mm-hmm.
You can just eat a banana on its own, and there's no mess. You're not worried about juices spilling everywhere when you're slicing an apple, or I'm not gonna get a piece of apple wedge itself in between my tooth and my gum, or banana between my tooth and my gum when I bite it, like I do with apples every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
But I can have a banana sandwich. I can have bananas and custard.
Yeah.
I just find bananas are probably one of the most versatile fruits that we've got.
Mm. Yeah, it's a good pick.
And they taste quite nice as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So like bananas, yogurt, and mixed nuts. That's a staple for me in my house.
Because a fun fact that I actually learned from you on a previous episode, because every now and again we do talk about food.
Occasionally,
it crops up, time to time. Was you were telling me about jam donuts and how basically the jam, regardless of the flavour, is largely made up of
applesauce. Yep.
Yeah. And I think of this when it comes to that particular question about fruit. Well, two things. One, if you like orange juice, you're screwed if you don't pick oranges, because you'll never have orange juice again.
Yep.
But also, you pick anything other than apple, that's all the donut. That's all the jam donuts.
Well, apart from like custard donuts and chocolate donuts.
Yeah.
But I take your meaning. Anything jam related is out. When it comes to donuts,
Yeah. So it takes some thinking about. My choice when it comes to that is apple. Because I think apple pie, apple juice. I do like apple juice.
You can take or leave apple juice, but yeah, I get it. I get it. And
it's a good all-rounder, and it's quite round.
Yeah. I say I jumped on banana quite quickly. She said.
That was the excuse you gave when you ended up in A&E.
Yes, I fell on the banana over and over again. I don't know why I threw that in there. Anyway, but I chose banana because I thought about all the things that I love about bananas. Like I say, I love banana custard. I'm not a big custard person, but I love banana custard. And like I say, I can put it on my muesli. I can put it in yogurt. I can make a sandwich out of it. I can just eat it straight. And I'm good with that. I've never tried banana juice, and I might have to try and locate some while I'm out and about in the morning, just to try and find some stuff. Try and find it. But yeah, at the same time, I am now thinking to myself, I love my orange and mango squash. I like my apple and strawberry squash. I like the different drinks that are available that come flavored with these things, other fruits and things like that. But maybe I could choose pineapple, because I do quite like pineapple.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because it goes on pizza.
Yeah. It
goes on gammon. I can just eat it straight, fresh. Again, I can put it pineapple juice. I can put it in my muesli. I can put it in yogurt. It does the same as what bananas do. It's just a bit more juicy.
Yeah. Since you said you're not a big custard person, all I've been thinking about is what a big custard person would be like. And I think very yellow and wobbly.
Yes.
Not a great deal of bone structure.
No, it looks like something out of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Like drips of custard coming off their arms.
Like a jellyfish.
Yeah.
Sort of a consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can work some wizardry in the edit, see if you can turn me into a custard person.
Yeah. Okay.
If you can't, don't worry about it.
I won't lose sleep over it.
No, I said don't lose any sleep over that one.
Yeah. But if you're listening now and just about to go off to sleep, as it's probably something in the region of 11:30 by now, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's about 20 to 20 to midnight ish.
Yeah. So if you're in our time zone and you're just drifting off, you could end up having some terrible nightmare where you're attacked by a big custard person
with a ginger beard.
with a ginger. That made that really bad. Can you imagine that?
You mean it was good before?
Well, I mean, a custard person. You think, okay, custard, I can deal with that, but custard person with a ginger beard. I'd be like, yeah, that would be like being attacked by a sort of a jellyfish that was a bit like Richard Branson.
I feel like I've got to do some Photoshop generative AI stuff now.
Yeah.
Adobe Photoshop. I'm just going to give it a go, see what happens.
Yeah, why not? Absolutely.
So for those that don't know, you can do generative AI in Photoshop now, and it's some of the results you get can be quite interesting. Some of them are really good, but others can be interesting. So here we go. Right, generate image. What are we talking about?
Custard man.
Large custard person with a ginger beard. Content type art. Actually, no, let's make that photo.
Yeah. We want it to be realistic, for goodness sake.
Yeah, exactly. Effect.
You don't want people to think the large custard man with ginger beard isn't real.
What I'll do is I shall share this image with you, whatever comes out, and you can put it up on the screen for us.
I'm putting it up on the screen right now.
Holy crap. Well, actually, if I just share it, I've just realised I can share this because it's recorded.
Mm-hmm.
So I can share this with you, and you'll see it. Are you ready?
I am.
Hopefully, it's going to show. Can you see it?
Oh, God. Where does the? I mean, it is a startling image, but where does the custard come into it?
That's what I was thinking. Because literally, I typed in large custard person with a ginger beard. So, how's about a large person made of custard with a ginger beard? Generating image. I just realised this is using up all my Gen AI credits, but never mind.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Wow, that's not what I expected.
No, it looks a bit more Christmassy with the green jacket and whatever the red thing is.
Yeah.
In the green jacket
sort
and
of
the thing behind it.
A cravat of holly berries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They almost look like crystallized holly berries as well. Don't know why I'm still drinking from that. It's empty. Yeah, so there you go, folks. That's
yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yes. What would no, that makes me think of the marshmallow man. I suppose there's a bit more structural integrity to a marshmallow than there is a
well, depends how thick you make your custard.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I do distinctly remember in school, when you get the old school dinners and old fish fingers and chips and whatever, and then you custard. Get to the dessert section, it'd be like spotted dick and custard, and the lady, the dinner lady would literally just be like one slice or two, referring to the custard, not the spotted dick. And then literally slicing it so thick you could just slice it.
Yeah.
But then when you get custard and then you get the skin on the top, I know some people hate that, but I was always like, grab as much skin as you can, put it in. I'm here for that.
I like solid custard items. Like custard, custard tarts.
Okay.
What the things what is Portuguese custard tarts?
Okay, never had those. I don't think.
You get them in Nando's.
Okay,
we do them there. Yeah, they're good. Custard slices. Yeah, vanilla custard slice. So it's got a bit of like pastry at the top, bit at the bottom,
I think,
and it's then there's like a whole chunk of
I know what you mean.
Custard. Yeah, there's
like a proper pastry thing.
Yeah.
I think I like those. It's been a while since I've had one because I'm not a fan of custard tarts.
Mm.
I think it's a texture thing. maybe. I don't know. I love custard creams, and I know that's not custard.
Yeah.
I love custard creams.
Yeah, it's a biscuit.
Mm. With custard in the middle.
Well, yeah, kind of.
That's what I mean. I know it's not actual custard, but
Yeah.
it's that, it's loaded with sugar and, flour to thicken it up and all that stuff. But yeah, I like them. I like custard
But
creams.
then a bourbon is just basically the same as a custard cream, but it's just brown.
That's brown.
Yeah.
It's not even chocolate. It's just brown.
Yeah, it is. You've got brown custard in the middle. But then you used to at school you used to get different types of custard. So you get brown custard, which was supposedly chocolate flavored, but it never tasted of chocolate.
Yeah.
It didn't really taste of chocolate. I think that again that was just brown.
Yeah, it just tasted like custard that was brown.
And they did pink one as well.
Oh, I never had that.
Yeah, there was a pink custard, which
strawberry maybe.
Supposedly, I suppose.
Supposed to be strawberry, maybe.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
Kind of get the point. Yeah, in the chat. Get in the chat if you've ever experienced pink custard.
Blancmange.
Blancmange. That's I'm quite a fan of blancmange.
Yeah, I haven't had it for many years.
I hadn't had it for many years, and then I got excited about the idea, and I said, "Oh, we must have a blancmange." And kind of sold the idea to my little boy.
Nice.
And anyway, we ended up making this blancmange, but it had to be in a rabbit mold.
So I was doing a rabbit jelly mold.
Yeah. So
what we did.
Yeah, so we had a big rabbit blancmange and jelly. Do you know what? We've talked about this before. I remember now. We really have.
We really have.
And I even sourced a picture of some blancmange in a jelly mold.
You did. I think that was the last season of the Tuesday show.
Might well be. Yeah. I'll see if I can find that image and then flash it up again now.
Put it up again, yeah. It's right here.
It's content. Let's reuse it.
Yeah. Content. Oh yeah, we used to have blancmange. My stepdad loved. It was my stepdad that introduced me and my brothers and the rest of my family to blancmange. And he used to do it in a rabbit-shaped jelly mold.
Yeah.
But he had two of them, so he would also make a rabbit-shaped jelly as well. Or Jello if you're from across the pond. Rabbit jelly, rabbit blancmange. What else did he used to do that I used to quite like? I don't know, there was a few things that he did that I like, up to the point that we all kind of moved up north.
Yeah.
That we just never had before. It didn't really exist in the house until my mum remarried and we all moved up north. And suddenly we've got these wonderful things like blancmange and spaghetti bolognese and not at the same time, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
There was just some very nice stuff. Curries, homemade curry. Never did that at home.
But that custard that you get in custard slices, and sometimes they call it vanilla. If you go into Greg's, it says vanilla custard slice.
Yeah,
which is like far too many words for it. But so that stuff. Does anybody in the chat know how can you make that at home? Presumably you can, but what do you need to be able to make it? Because do you know what? I mean, if it's not too big, you could get another rabbit mold and fill it with that custard. Ooh. And then have a whole custard rabbit.
I feel like that particular custard is basically packed out with sugar to give it more, solidness.
Oh, it's all packed out with sugar.
Well, yeah.
Everything's packed out with sugar. I mean, like my drink is packed out with sugar.
Mine isn't. I've got Diet Pepsi.
I've got Lucozade.
So I was going to say, is that Lucozade or Iron Brew?
It is Lucozade.
Like I say, I'm going to Scotland next week, and I'm looking forward to buying some Iron Brew while I'm up there.
Yeah, I mean, you say that. I mean, it's so upsetting for Tizer. It's though that doesn't exist.
No, Tizer doesn't exist anymore. I remember when it did.
Does it?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it for years.
Okay.
Then again, I say I haven't seen Tizer for years. It's not like I regularly go around the soda aisle looking for Tizer.
No.
You know.
Do they still make Panda Pops?
Yes.
Interesting.
Oh, actually, no. Sorry, no. I was thinking something else. I don't know is the answer. Sorry, I was thinking Fruit Shoots. Don't ask me how I got there.
Okay.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Sugar. Yeah. 11.2 something.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know what. 11.2. 11.2. Oh, yeah. No, it's 11.2 things, grams.
Yep.
Per 250 milliliters.
Oof.
So this bottle is 22.4.
I was saying that's a 500ml bottle, right?
Yeah.
I went a bit cockney there. It's a 500ml bottle, right?
Bottle, yeah. That's
bottle?
what it is. Yeah, you hit the bottle on its cap.
You ain't got the bottle, mate.
He's lost his bottle.
Yeah, he's lost his bottle.
He's lost 22.4 grams of what are we talking about? Sugar. He's lost his bottle.
All right.
Anyway, on that on that crushing disappointment.
Yeah.
I think it's time to say thank you for joining us on this another sad occasion where we're not actually here, but we are here. We're never far away. In fact, you've probably seen us chatting away in the chat.
I said something else crazy, like, I don't know, trousers. I said bananas last time.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. I might well have said the word custard. Anyway, if you disagree with what we've said in the chat or what we've said on the podcast, or whether you agree with it or you just want to have a chat, you can DM me at Ted James Media, and you can District Attorney. You can
wait. Take two.
It's the Law and Order version of
Dun dun.
You can DM me at Ted James Media. You can DM CJ at CJ Brooks FM. But you could also email us at
CJ and Ted at thetuesdayshow.co.uk.
Superb. Which just leaves us now to say goodbye, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Quack, quack.